I'm Njål, one of the three founders of the company Heimby, which means hometown in Norwegian. So we started at the end of 2022 as a subleasing company. So we leased a lot of apartments and then we rented it out on Airbnb. And then we grew, saw that this is something we can help others with. And then now we are hosting for 70 different people, scaling quite quickly. We are onboarding 20 new contracts this month. It's moving quite fast. Our target for this summer is to have 200 apartments and then doubling that hopefully for 2026. We are three founders. We started with me, Olav and Knut. We were students at Norwegian School of Economics, started this business together, and then we quickly saw that we didn't have time to do everything ourselves. All of us worked at other jobs when we started this company, quickly hired a logistics coordinator to manage day-to-day operations and also our marketing manager. At the same time, we also have 8 part-time employees that helps us with cleaning and not the least property maintenance and operations. So they are kind of our field agents and make sure that the properties are 100% all the time. Every day feels quite calm actually, because we have a lot of good systems. For example, we use our PMS platform Guesty, which is the main tool for connecting Airbnb and Booking.com, Expedia, our direct booking platform and such. And then all of that information naturally goes through Enso Connect. And through Enso, we manage almost all of the communication with the guests using Enso AI, but not the least the guest portal. Right now, we almost don't need to respond to messages just because our guests have all of the information they need for a stay in the guidebooks. So there they can find information about parking, electrical devices, check-in. They can buy early and late check-in, and they get to know that in advance. Limited how much they need to ask us about anymore. What we really were looking for was to limit the damages that we had in apartments and properties. It's something that happens very rarely. You read about all of these scandals in the news, but I think I can count it on my hand how many times it has happened. But once it happens, it might cause a big cost. What we really were looking for was something to insure both our guests and our property managers. So then we started looking for insurance solutions and came over Superhug. And at the same time, our guest manager said that, hey, I know a few guys at Enso Connect, and they have an integration with Superhug to do all of your insurance. Additionally, they have damage waivers and can also handle security deposits. And all of the additional resources that comes through Enso was just a bonus. We use the guest verification through Enso. I think it's great. We do it for all of our guests outside of Airbnb, such as Booking.com or direct bookings, just to verify that they are real people and the people that we want to have hosting in our properties. So it's awesome, and we don't really need to use anything else than the free screening through Enso. It's great. We checked out everything, so there's not a lot of vendors that has what Enso has. So Enso was kind of at the higher spectrum of price range. The fact that it combined the insurance solutions and the guest portal and the communication, it was perfect for us, because if not, we would have to buy competing products. But here we got everything in one. Founder, he promised a full annual payback if you didn't earn it back in a year or something like that. And that's what happened as well. I think we used 28 days or something to pay back the entire annual Enso Connect. Under a month. The day we started Enso Connect, using Enso Connect, we had 8% revenue increase. That's why I became Enso ambassador, because it is a startup and you notice that it's a startup that are passionate. The product takes the best of a lot of the other products that are out there, but it don't overcomplicate it. I think that's really good. And then it's just to run some statistics, find the best possible solution for your region, and that's what we have done. Our goal is not really about revenue, it's more about quality, and that's why we first implemented the damage waiver and the security deposits. We saw that impact immediately, so we had a few cases where guests were partying before we switched to Enso, and then once we turned on damage waivers and security deposits, the bad guests just went away. We haven't had a case since we switched. That was our goal, and the added revenue is just a bonus. Yeah, just having damage waivers as an option for guests that don't want to secure their deposit, in that sense, it's awesome. It makes it less heavy for them and earns more revenue for us. Currently, we're at like 80% chooses the damage waiver, which is incredible. Out of the 8% in added revenue that we have had, I think 6% comes from the damage waivers. I never expected that. I think it's amazing. Quite fascinating how much happier guests are when they have the alternative of a damage waiver rather than a security deposit. They don't want to have that hold on their credit card 14 days. Most guests feel that it's seamless. So it goes quite smooth, it goes quick, and we can be sure that if something happens, both our host, property owners and our guests are insured. See a huge improvement in the quality of guests. It's really suited for Heimby because we try to be a high quality company and have high quality apartments, and then it's very suitable with a high quality guest portal. Yeah, it's awesome. Just in advance of getting Enso, I don't think we had a global phone number that guests could call or send messages to. A lot of the times they were calling us personally or they didn't get through in some regard. But now when they send an SMS, for example, it just goes directly into the app, and they also get their check-in information and the link to the guest portal directly on SMS. So everything is more seamless, and it's much better integrated with email and SMS and everything really than what previous systems have been. So that's been a big improvement, that you can just be in the Enso app communicating instead of being everywhere else. We are constantly communicating with the Enso team. Enso Connect is probably the closest partner we've had. We are really connected with the team. I speak a lot with different members, from marketing to operations to you name it. Really love working with the team Enso Connect. I'll have to come visit soon. I've been quite vocal about this on various platforms, so I post about Enso Connect. I think it's great, and it's really a no-brainer because when you pay for a subscription and it buys itself back in 28 days, it's a no-brainer. And the effect it has had on the guest quality and the experience for guests, I think it's absolutely a must-have. When you're professionalizing Airbnb more and more, right, it will follow the same trends that you have seen with hotels. So damage waivers and security deposits, that will be one of your biggest revenues going forward, and it will also become a standard in your market. Be quick out and get damage waivers and security deposits.